Hello friends. In this video of Microsoft Excel Basics, we are going to discuss how to select different cells which may be adjacent or non-adjacent, as well as the ranges which can also be non-adjacent. We can simply do adjacent cell selection by mouse, like pressing left button of mouse and moving the mouse as we like and whatever area we want to select. But if we want to do the same action with keyboard keys, we need to use shift and arrow keys. So while we continuously press the shift button, we can press the arrow button to select the adjacent cells. Suppose while pressing the shift key, I press right arrow, it will select right cell with each stroke of key. So again, if I press right arrow, it will select one cell towards the right side. Now if I press lower arrow, it will select the lower cells. But here, as already 3 cells has been selected in the first row, similar number of cells would be selected in the second row. And similarly, if I continue to press the lower key, it will continue to select the lower rows. And you can do and extend the same kind of action and extend the selection of range. Now suppose you want to select non-adjacent cells like 4 corner cells of this box. For that we need to use control key in keyboard. So while continuously pressing the control key, you can click on 4 or more different cells and you can even copy them and paste them to a place by control V. So here you can observe that whatever the cells that we didn't select in between are not being pasted, only the 4 cells are being pasted. So whatever space is there in between will not be considered while pasting the data. Similarly, if we want to select group of cells like these 5 cells and these 5 cells which are non-continuous, then we can use the same control key. So while continuously pressing the control key, we can first select this cell and then this one, and we can copy them by control C and we can also paste them here. So here also whatever space is there in between will not be considered while pasting. So that is how to select non-continuous cells or range. Now another use of the control key along with the arrow key is to jump the active cell to the last filled cell in that direction. Suppose I use control with right arrow key, it will select the last filled cell of the range towards the right side. To understand that, we have this blank rows and columns which have been marked by off green color, and suppose we are right now talking about this range. Now this range have 4 terminal or end fill cells which are this A1, C1, C5 and A5. So these are 4 border cells which are filled. Right now the active cell is A1. Now suppose from here I press control button and press right arrow key, the active cell would jump to C1, which is the last filled cell in that range towards the right side. Now again suppose I press control with right arrow, it will jump to C1 cell, which is the next filled cell. So it will jump all the blank cells in between towards the right side. Now suppose I press control with lower arrow or down arrow, it will select the G5 cell, which is the last filled cell in that range. Now these 2 cells are blank. So if I press control with down arrow, it will jump to G8 cell. And now if I again press control with down arrow, it will jump to G14 cell. So by that way we can go to last filled cell of that range towards the arrow key. Now this property can be used to select a range rapidly. Suppose I want to select this range. I can simply use mouse and click button and select the range. But suppose I want to use keyboard, I can simply press shift button, which is used to select the cell, along with control button, and press the right arrow. So it will directly jump to the last filled cell and will select all the cells which are in between those two cells. Now suppose I again press lower or down key, it will select all the cells till the last filled cell in downside. So it will select the whole range like this way. So this is helpful when you are using only keyboard in Microsoft Excel and you want to rapidly select the range without using mouse. So if we want to select two non-continuous cell ranges, we can do it by two ways. First, by using the mouse like this, selecting a range, press Ctrl button continuously and select another range. Then you can do copy paste and whatever you want to do. As well as we can use keyboard by pressing Ctrl and Shift together, pressing the right arrow and down arrow, selecting one range, then just continuously pressing the Ctrl button, select one cell of another range, press right arrow and down arrow. So this will select another range as per your liking. So this will help to use keyboard to select multiple non-continuous cell ranges. Next, we are going to discuss is Microsoft Excel fill function. But before that, we are going to discuss 4 different design of cursor in Microsoft Excel worksheet. So what we are right now seeing is the routine cursor with white filled area and border in plus sign. This is used to select different cells and ranges in worksheet. Second pattern is when you move the cursor towards the border of an active cell or range. It will change the pattern to 4-sided arrow of the cursor, and this is mainly used to shift the data in the selected cell or range. So suppose this is the active cell right now, that is H2, and I want to shift the data of H2 to J2. I can simply go to the border of that active cell. As we see here, the cursor pattern has changed. I am pressing the mouse left key and shift the cell to J2. So it will simply help to shift the data in the selected active cell or range towards the place wherever you want to shift it. Third pattern of the cursor in Microsoft Excel worksheet is when you move the cursor towards the right lower side where this dot is there, and it will shift to another pattern, and this indicates that by pressing mouse left key I can drag the data to any cell, left, right, downwards or upwards. So this is mainly used to drag the cell towards any direction. In the same place, suppose I am also pressing Ctrl button, then it will again place another plus sign over the regular plus sign of cursor, which is indicating that right now I have pressed Ctrl button, and that is used whenever you want to drag and fill the data in series, mainly in terms of numbers. We will discuss this thing in short while. Now we will discuss the fill function of Microsoft Excel. So fill function works for numbers as well as the text. So to understand the fill function related to text, I am copying this cell to this I1 cell. Now I want to drag this data downwards. So for that I place my cursor here and drag it down. So if you see here, the same format as well as the text has been pasted in lower cells. If you press this option, here there are multiple selection radial button. This is the default function, that is the copy cell. So it has just copied the pattern, text and formatting. If I just select this fill formatting only, all this data goes blank, so that there is no text right now, but the format is same as this one. So it is having a bold setting with this font settings of 14 number Calibri font as well as the blue filled cells. So if I type any letter here or text, it will automatically change into that formatting. Now suppose I select fill without formatting. So what it will do, it will not fill the dragged area with the formatting of I1 cell, but it will just fill the content. So whatever the formula or text or number is there, it will just fill here without formatting of that content. So the blue filled cell or the formatting of the font would not be pasted in subsequent cells. Now to understand the fourth option, that is flash fill, we will take another example here. Suppose I merge this two field, that is A space this 2. Now if I drag it down, routinely what it should do is it will fill with A3, A4, A5 and so on and so forth, because first cell is A2. It is not understanding right now that A2 I have prepared based on this 2 cell, that is first letter is corresponding to this cell and second letter it is corresponding to this number in this cell. So it is just filling the data in series. But suppose I press or select flash fill here, what it will do, the Microsoft Excel itself would understand that I have prepared this data based on these two adjacent cells of this column, and it will automatically prepare the list based on the subsequent cell of this two columns. So it will make next cell as C2, then again next cell as B2, similarly next cell as C2. So that is how the flash fill function works. In the next examples, we'll see how we can use this function in different way. So in the first one, we'll simply drag this cell downwards and see what happens. So it will just fill the data as copy cell. If we want to fill it as a series, we can simply select this fill series here, or another way of doing it is use the control button while dragging the cell. So going to the place where we want to drag the cell, press the control button, so it will change the cursor shape and we drag the cell downwards. So it is already showing in a flash area that up to what range I have dragged the data. So it is showing right now up to 14 I have dragged the data downwards. I release the button of mouse and it will fill the data in series. So by the control key, we can select that if we want to fill the data in series or we just want to copy the cell downwards. Now Microsoft Excel can also understand the pattern in your number. Suppose you have an alternate number sequence in this initial two cells and you want to fill the cells in series with alternate number or odd number. So if we drag it down, what it will do? It will directly fill the number as sequence of odd numbers. But suppose in place here, if you use the control key and drag it down, it will copy the data. So here the function of control key is changing. Here it is not being filled as series, it is just copying cells. So whenever you use control key in this situation, the function of the control key would be different compared to this serial number fill. So this is one of the change of using control key in different situation. Next, when we want to use the text with series, like this is example of Microsoft Excel 1, and when I drag down, I want to fill the series like Microsoft Excel 2, Microsoft Excel 3 and likewise. So I need to drag this cell. Now to drag the cell, you can also double click this lower right corner with your mouse left button, and it will automatically fill the data up to the last filled data of adjacent range. So here the maximum range that has been filled is with B column. The D column has data up to only D2, but B column has the data up to B15. So when you double click the cell right lower corner, it will automatically fill the series up to this field B15 cell. So that is the use of filling in the series and by double clicking the cell to fill the data. In this case, if you press the control key while dragging down the data, it will copy the data in subsequent cells. It is the same as we discussed in alternate number scenario. Now in case of dates, if you double click the corner and drag it down, it will fill the numbers in series. Additionally, in case of dates, it has additional option for this fill function. Like if you want to fill the days, that is the dates. If you want to fill only weekdays, so it will automatically remove those dates which falls on weekends. If you want to fill months, so it will sequence the month. So automatically the 1st of May would change to 1st of June, 1st of July, 1st of August. So it will fill the months in series. If you fill the years, it will change the years here, but the dates and months would remain same. So it will shift the 2020 to 2021 and 2022 and likewise. So this is used in cases of dates where we want to fill the data in sequence. It can be sequence of dates, months or year. Similarly here, if you fill the data with double clicking, it will sequentially fill the data with months. And you can similarly change it into years as well. So it will be May 20, May 21, so on and so forth. But if you change to fill days, the months would be the same, and that's why it will show same months in all the series. And similarly, if you fill weekdays, it will show the same month. We can also use this fill function from this fill button in home ribbon, and it will allow us to use various conditions to apply or fill the data in subsequent cells. We'll discuss this when we discuss this home ribbon in detail. So this concludes the details of selection of non-adjacent cells and range as well as the fill option. Hope you would have learned something new in this video. If you do have, kindly like the video and share it. I have shared the link of this datasheet for practice in the description. If you do have any issue related to application of this fill function or selection of cells, kindly comment. Do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon alongside this subscribe button to have all the updates related to new updates of videos in your YouTube app and email as notification. Thank you.